Hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, Leos, let's do a little touch base. We got High Priestess upright. High Priestess is deep intuition. Oh, Leo, what Leo senses that there's a rumble in the jungle. Something's telling them that we got energy coming in. We got a Three of Swords. I don't think this is Leo expecting a heartbreak. I think Leo is picking up on someone's heartbreak, hence the rumble. We've got the Magician upright. What? Virgo, Gemini. Also, we started out with Virgo, Cancer, and Pisces. Seven of Pentacles. Well, there's a reason that Leo is picking up on this energy. And I'm wondering if this is because there's been some, we'll say, stabilizing force in possibly a masculine's life, just based off of who we see on the card. And usually I look at this as masculine energy. And over a period of time, they have conquered something. Tell me about that Three of Swords. Hang on. Leo's picking up on, Six of Swords in the reverse. Okay, this is weird because we have energy that is flip-flopping. Five of Swords upright. Okay, so Leo's feeling the vibe of somebody who seems to be having current heartbreak. And that is because it's like they're being flooded with the memory of whatever happened between them and Leo. Now, they're a different person at this point, but this is the energy of where they're sitting. Three of Swords, Six of Swords in the reverse, can't get over it. Five of Swords upright. Oh my God, I won a really stupid prize. I am heartbroken. I am devastated because I may have treated my Leo bad. I now can't get over my Leo. Everything feels pretty crummy, even though technically I'm in a much better place in my life. I'm much more empowered. Okay, hang on. Why is Leo picking up on this right now? Queen of Wands, because there's something really strong about Leo at the moment. Like Leo could be quite the receptive energy. I'm feeling like Leo's in a really empowered state. They're really trusting their own sensuality. They're trusting their own intellect. They're trusting their own attractiveness. They're trusting their power to create their life. And they're trusting themselves. I feel like Leo's in a very confident energy. And I think sometimes when we get in a confident energy, that's where we don't have the murkiness of our, I'll say, insecurities in the way that make it hard for us to read what's right in front of our face. If we look across a room and we see somebody is, giving us the eye, if we feel sexy, we go, they just look me up and down. If we are in a place of I don't feel very good about myself, I feel insecure. If we see somebody looking us up and down, we might even say, I bet you they thought I was ugly. They were probably wondering, what am I doing here? I don't even belong here. They're right. I don't have enough money to be in a place like this, blah, blah, blah. It's all our frame of mind as to whether or not we interpret the clear signs and signals that are coming at us. And I think Leo's in a great place where they're very powerful. They're very, Leo does not misinterpret the looks that they get from anybody. That's where our Leo is at. They feel powerful. They feel successful. So if somebody's staring at them, they don't immediately go like, oh my God, what do I have toilet paper stuck, on the bottom of my shoe? Why are people looking at me? This Leo would be like, oh, how nice. They must be noticing me, or they're looking at me because, they, whatever, I'm eye-catching to them. It doesn't mean Leo's full of themselves. It just means that they don't warp the vibe that they pick up and start to look for an insult or pretend, I don't know what this means. This is a confident Leo. Thank God. I love that for Leo. Ooh, and Three of Swords. Leo is like, I know what I know. I smell heartbreak on the wind, and it ain't mine. Somebody is heartbroken over me right now. Wait, did Leo see this person? Or no, it's just Leo knows. Okay, so Leo's in a very, 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 let's say, animal vibe right now. This is a Leo who is the same way, your dog, your cat, your pets, the animal kingdom can pick up on intentions that humans oftentimes miss. I'll use this as an example. I used to like to go night hiking in the desert, and I didn't even think about cougars, which was really foolish of me. And then when I got Aries, even though he was still little at one of the points that I was night hiking, he was like completely, like everything about him told me, like he wasn't just aware that there was, you know, the random desert animals, but it was predator around. His behavior was totally different. And so I got us off the mountain, and then sure enough, I read there had been cougars sighted like right where we were in the last like 3 days. So I didn't do that anymore. But that is one of those situations where animals are so, maybe he could see in the dark more than I could, or maybe he could just smell it, but everything was like he transferred onto me, like the idea that there's something this is not our normal night hike. Oh, we shouldn't be here right now. And I feel like that kind of animal instinct and that little antenna that goes up, I'm giving a negative heightened, awareness, but this is like a kind of a positive heightened awareness, but it is an animal instinct kicked into high gear for Leo. Leo knows, feels, senses, and is not warping or misconstruing anything. Leo's like, I know that this person is heartbroken over me, and I can almost feel them like, I almost feel like Leo can half hear their voice or half hear them, coming toward. I'm like leaning away as if somebody's talking in their ear, and it's like, wait, it's like I almost heard their voice right now. This person is so close to coming toward Leo. They are manifesting coming toward Leo. They are heavily steeped in their thoughts of Leo, but in particular, the heartbreak. And Leo's spot on with that. Leo got the 3 of Swords for this person. Also, they can't get over Leo. All of this feels like what they won was silence when they had whatever this argument or fight was with Leo. This is so in the present moment. I feel like Leo is completely, there will probably be little signs and symbols around Leo that remind them of this person. Also, they could smell somebody's perfume or cologne that individual used to wear. By the way, that individual could be a Gemini. We will be still doing Gemini tonight also. I didn't get a Gemini video out yet, but I will. Also Aries. And I think Pisces is slated too. High Priestess again. Everything here says Leo is so tapped in, but it's crazy because they know that Leo knows. They are feeling the same. I feel like in those movies, where it's like the alien who's like part water or something, like the abyss. That's the image in my head right now, where she like turns into water, but it's like an alien entity or something. That's what I feel like somebody is just like moving through like this gel or water, like force field or something, and it's both of them are sharing this energy, the energy of Leo can feel their heartbreak. Leo can feel that they are calling out to them, and they know Leo can feel it. And there's Leo with the sun, clear as day. They may as well be actively sitting there to Leo's right and just talking directly to them, because that's how clear this information is coming in for Leo. Okay, sending these thoughts out, and keep in mind they're not actually doing it yet, because we got the 7 of Pentacles. They're not actually in Leo's life yet, but they're thinking so heavily, sending out these vibes. Maybe they have been for like the last 7 days. The Star, with this Star card, they're at a distance, but they're about to come crashing into Leo's world. They already are emotionally anyway, but I always look at that, that Star card is just like this flood of words. I've talk about serendipitous. We literally have the card of synchronicity. What I was going to say is, I bet you this will be one of those situations where Leo, before they even look at their phone will buzz or something, and Leo will already know that's them. And they'll look down and it'll be the message from them. Or before something happens, it'll be like Leo will have almost been prepared for it. And we have like the angel kind of in the sky, as well as the angel here. I just feel like this is happening because of course it was going to. There was just no way that it wasn't. We've got the 5 of Wands. It is sideways. There's a lot that needs to be talked about in this. There's a lot that needs to be talked about. I don't know what happened in this storyline, and we're not going to dive into it. This is enough to deal with all at once, is just the awareness that this person is submerging their energy into Leo's energy field because they want so badly to like reemerge in Leo's life. And I think this is them almost like testing the waters or feeling, can I reach out to Leo? You know, if I did this, what would happen? Leo is just picking up the vibe saying, I can practically feel them breathing down my neck even now. And I don't think this makes Leo unhappy at all. I think Leo with the Sun card here would want to hear what they've got to say. So this may be the perfect time to try to heal things, or this is a perfect time for them to get a lot of stuff off their chest. All I can say is that somehow the angels, the divine, are like helping to bring this into play as much as the energy fields between Leo and this person. I mean, come on, we got a double dose of High Priestess. Can I just ask, universe or angels, what is the purpose for Leo and this person to finally reconnect? We have the Magician again. There's a lot of unfinished business between Leo and this person. And we could call this person the Magician. So we could say that they're a Gemini or a Virgo. I did a Virgo video that, by the way, felt not at all connected to this whatsoever. Let's go. I'm going to do a Gemini video right after this, I think, and push Aries and Pisces off a little bit, because I think I want to follow up with Gemini right after this, just to see if those two stories are at all interwoven, because we did have a lot of Gemini energy. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Lots of love. Bye.